Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us in making the Virtual Queue 2.0 a better system. Now, to get started, you're going to need an IDE. We use the Eclipse IDE. You can download the version of Eclipse from the eclipse.org under the Downloads tab. And we use the Eclipse IDE for Java EE developers. You can use either version, 32 or 64-bit, depending on the machine you are using. Now, in order to use the IDE, the Eclipse IDE, you can also need the Java SDK. Any version is necessary. In order to download it, you're going to have to create an account on the Oracle web page and accept the terms listed when you go to download your version of the SDK. The next thing you're going to need is the Mysql Database. You can find the Mysql Database under this link and under this URL. You're going to need the same version as the version that you've installed of your Eclipse. Now, we use the Mysql installer 5.6.23, but any version will do. We downloaded the second one, the Windows x86 MSI installer with Community to run our SQL. Now, you're also going to need the Mysql Workbench. Pause. To find the Mysql Workbench, you can just go to this URL. Any version of the Mysql Workbench will do just fine. The next thing you're going to need is the Apache Tomcat server in order to localhost your version of the virtual queue. We used the Apache Tomcat version 8.0.21, which you can download by going onto this URL and clicking on this first zip file. That will give you everything you need. Your next step would be to open up Eclipse, and under the window view page, you can open up the servers. To connect your version of the Tomcat 8.0. To do this, you just right click the window, go to New, click on Server, scroll through the list until you hit Apache, and then follow to Tomcat version 8.0 and hit Finish. Make sure that you attach the correct jar file that they're going to be requesting. Your next step would be to connect your Java database to your Eclipse. To do this, you just got to go to the Data Source Explorer window, right click, and hit New. Until now, you're going to want to scroll through the list until you see MySQL and hit Next. Here, you can type in the username and the password to your database, which you would have to set up in order for Eclipse to have a connection with your database. And make sure that you hit Test Connection, and if it says ping succeeded, then you know that you've done this correctly. After you've done all of this, you are now ready to work on your version of the Virtual Queue 3.0.